QBQ. I'm your host, Mitch Kobe, joined here today, as always, by Sean Wick.
Who?
You.
Who?
You. There's
Me?
an Instagram reel of some kid also named Sean Wick that's been going around.
Oh yeah, did former sports director Drew Bailey send that to you
yeah,
too?
he sent it to me and he was like, look at the caption.
It was Stolen Valor. The kid's last name wasn't even Wick. It was I don't know, some common last name. I won't give it out. The Shawn was spelled right though. It was spelled SHAWN, but
It just wasn't.
his last name wasn't Wick. It was a last name given to him. I'm assuming in relation to the John Wick movies.
Sean Fraud.
Sean Fraud. Fraud Wick.
Yeah.
That's what his name should be.
We apologize for our gap in recording. I think it's
been about 2 weeks.
I mean,
give or
yeah,
take. Give or take 2 weeks.
See, I thought it'd be funny to do like an edit before the thing of like the outro of last one where I'm like, all right, see you in 2 weeks, and then put like the date of that one into this one. But I'm too lazy to do all that. So you just have the idea.
We'll just have like floating numbers there.
Yeah, you can have.
As we're saying this, as is going to be live, maybe live on Sunday.
Maybe.
Whoa. So if you're listening on Sunday, stay warm, stay safe, guys. Charge your electronics in case the power goes out. Stock up on water, bread.
Get some salt.
There's a salt shortage.
No, I thought that was like big, like the highway salt.
Yeah, I mean, I get
there's bag salt. I'm sure there's bag salt.
Well, yeah.
I was at
you told me that a professor here said there's a salt shortage.
I didn't. She didn't really elaborate on what she was talking about. She was just like, "There's a salt shortage."
Well, I would assume it's the road salt.
She could have just been lying.
I would assume it's. I don't think it's the table salt.
I mean, yeah, but like, there's like the big pyramids.
Yeah, I know what you're talking.
And then there's like the bag salt.
Well, that is the bag salt.
Yeah, but like, I don't think they just open a bunch of bags and throw it in there. I think they have their own supply, right?
What are you talking about?
I don't even know. This is a basketball.
Wait, no. Are you talking about the road salt? Where do you think they get the road salt?
I thought, I would assume they take it from the same plant that they bag it in, and that they would put it, like, not in a bag, in, like, a truck, to then export and, like, dump it.
Well, they put some in trucks and some in bags.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was saying, I don't think they, like, get a bunch of bags and put them in there.
Well, I feel like the road trucks would take priority to the bags. I would assume it's like the same company.
Yeah.
Or similar companies.
Anybody out there that knows?
Any road salt expert.
Yeah, any salt ball
There's like
knowers.
salt on this table, I'm noticing. Or someone was just eating here and they were messy.
I mean, the last people to record here was a bit ago.
It was a bit ago.
Oh, but if you are listening on the radio, perhaps, normally this is on YouTube at WZIP Akron, WZIP Sports. Quarter by quarter.
Look for quarter by quarter.
Things.
We try to upload every 2 weeks.
Try
to get twice a month.
Yeah, a little more consistent.
You know, we went to do it last week, and you know, right as we came back for classes, but we had no classes that day, and I guess some of us, I don't know, some people,
What?
Were you under the impression that we couldn't use the building? I don't think you were.
No, I thought it was live far enough away where I was like, hey.
Yeah, like he's half an hour away. I'm on campus, but you know, we were gonna record with Matt, Ty, and Juan, which I think all have been on here before. The infamous episode.
Yeah, the infamous
episode. But yeah, it just didn't work out. So we're here today, just us two.
Who knows? Maybe this isn't on air Sunday, and then this is all
null and void.
Yeah, all just like a bunch of blabbering. But I don't know.
This is about as much blabbering as we do on SBT, anyways.
I mean, yeah. Well, there won't be segments. That's cool. I mean,
yeah, it will be cool.
I don't know. Anyway, back into basketball. A few things have happened since last time. Last time we focused a lot on. It's been a while.
Long. Honestly, like for a month and a half ish since the last time recording, there hasn't been that much stuff going on.
There's been
a normal amount, but like
yeah. So like the standings haven't changed much. Everything since last time is pretty much the same. A few trades, not a few. Literally like one trade has happened.
Yeah. A bunch of rumors.
Rumors.
Drama.
I don't know how you feel about rumors, but I'm a person where recently I've kind of just dismissed every rumor I see. until I hear it from the player, I don't really care. Like the player.
Yeah,
or the team.
I'll see the rumor if it comes from like Shams or something
Yeah.
or like NFL like Adam Schefter, I'll be like, okay, that's worth looking into. Like I can't even think of one that's like recent, a rumor that's recent. I guess like the Trae Young stuff was like, but that hit so fast. And we'll get into here.
Because you heard rumors of it happening. Then you were like, it's just kind of like rumors. Then it turns into the actual like happening of it, the requests, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally like a day after the request, you get sent to Washington, which we'll talk about our opinions on.
We will talk about.
As I had here in the notes for standings, the teams in the East aren't really changing in standings, which isn't really out of the ordinary. A lot of times in the East, you kind of get into like a set position. Like, you know what I mean? Like they kind of like after the first 30 games, you kind of have a good scope of who's making the playoffs and who isn't. The people that you're curious about here are your play-in teams. And then, I mean, that's about it. The top really isn't as competitive as it's been in years past. You have the Pistons, who are 5 games ahead of the Celtics right now. Ooh.
Whoa.
Right now.
Whoa now, bud.
Celtics have 27, Pistons have 32 on January 22nd. So East isn't really too interesting. Something I had here of note, though, was, are the Pistons legit contenders? Are they too young and inexperienced? I have my thoughts, but I'll let you answer here.
It's one of those things that you just don't know until the playoffs. I don't think they have, none of them really have been in the playoffs before, but
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah, like Tim, like the old guys have.
Is he still there, right?
No, wait, I don't think he is. I think he's gone.
No. Hold up. I may be feeding misinformation.
You're doing what I do, is just say
Denver
things.
Nuggets.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, my.
But they do have a extremely young team. And it could be like OKC from 2 years ago, where they went to the Western Conference Finals and then lost to, I think it was Denver. Or no, it was the Mavericks. Or they could be the Cavs and fizzle out in the second round. You don't know. You really don't know until you get there. I would think that they have the talent and the roster. They play very Detroit Pistons basketball. A little bit better offensively compared to like the 04 team, but they're very defensive first, defensive minded, very tough, very physical. And Cade Cunningham is looking like a MVP, not MVP this year, but maybe in the next coming years.
Yeah,
he's looking like a great number 1 overall pick. He's blossoming into a fantastic player. Makes his first team All-NBA, which we'll get into. I think that they certainly have the talent. It's just you never know if that young aspect will be a factor. I'm gonna say like Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think they're gonna like make it past. I don't know if it's gonna be because they're gonna be young or they play physical basketball and someone gets hurt. Obviously, no one wants to get hurt. You can't predict injuries, but I'm gonna say they just don't have enough. That experience will come back to bite them a little bit. It's not gonna be like they fizzle out to the Heat, the 9th seed Heat in the first round, like the Celtics did a few years ago.
When I'm looking at their roster here, they have a few people with playoff experience, like Tobias Harris, when he was with the 76ers, had quite a few playoff runs, even though they dropped quite a bit. Duncan Robinson is someone with a lot of playoff experience that you can count on. I think that's pretty much the only 2 here who have consistent playoff appearances. I'm sure Javonte Green has played somewhere.
The Cavs.
I mean, I don't think was he with the Cavs on the playoff run?
He was here last year, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm just like, it's.
I mean, he hasn't gone far with the Cavs, obviously, but
he's like, I don't know, he was kind of there, didn't really play much, but he does have the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say Karis LeVert? He's here.
He is here.
Those are all the people with experience. I'm a person where I think you can take into account like age and whatnot and like inexperience, but I think it's stupid to a certain extent to pin it like fully on that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like when everyone was like, OKC's too young, blah 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 blah. Like I was like, do you even see the team? Like,
Yeah, like
I don't know. It was just a sort of thing where you're like looking at it and you're like, this team's so talented. And it really doesn't matter how young they are. When like, it's like the I don't know. The Cavs kept saying it earlier, where it's like you can have the talent, but if people play harder, then talent doesn't matter. It's like that. Like you have the talent.
You have the talent. They have all the talent in the world.
It's literally just putting it all together.
Yeah.
And I think the Pistons are. I don't know if I'd want to put them as a contender. I think I would.
I think I would.
Because of how weak the East is. I definitely have them going into the Eastern Conference playoff, like the Eastern Conference Finals.
Honestly, you're gonna love this take. The biggest question mark that they have is JB Bickerstaff, because he's yet to prove that he can coach an extremely talented team into an Eastern Conference Finals. He hasn't made it past the second round, and he was there with the Big Four with the Cavs in pretty much the same team Kenny Atkinson won over 60 games with. Obviously, Kenny Atkinson also lost in the second round. But, will he be able to, maybe they have a really bad post All-Star break run. They lose, maybe they go 500 in March or something. They kind of limp their way into the playoffs. And then, we have to see what happens then. Maybe they don't. Maybe they somehow lose the first seed and it affects their mentality.
I mean, you never know with
you just never know.
The Celtics lingering with Jason Tatum's I don't know when he'll come back, but I mean, the thing
when he does come back, that's just adding another.
It was slated for it was season ending, like completely listed as season ending, and then I've heard reports that I swear I've heard that as early as February it's possible for him to come back, which I don't think they'd rush him at all.
I don't think so, especially in the situation they are right now.
I would literally, if you're fine, sitting in you're not slowing down or anything, you're sitting around that 2-4 area. I'm not rushing him back. You can wait until the playoffs. Wait until you're fully ready to play.
Wait until there's no pain. He's fully recovered whatsoever. Maybe you can wait till they probably would want to get him at least some playing time first round, but there's a good chance you're going up against the Hornets, the Magic, the Hawks, something like that. Maybe the Bulls sneak in there, the Bucks with, just Giannis and Ryan Rollins.
Yeah.
I always mess up his name. I always want to say Collins, but it's a very favorable situation. This is probably best case scenario for the Celtics right now. You have JB playing like a top 10 player in the NBA. He's making a first team All NBA. Probably the best year of his career. Yeah,
I mean, I would say so because you have. Every year past, you've had to split stats with Jason Tatum, and it's not that you do worse in those years, but you're not going to have an outstanding
He's 37-5 on 50% from the field, just about 50.
His best year before this,
I'm averaging up, by the way,
was in 2022-23, where he had averaged 26.6 points.
Yeah.
In this year, he's averaging 29.8. I mean, by far his best point-wise season of his career. But,
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, he's just kind of proven the haters wrong. It's a little cliche to say that, but he was counted out after he got that finals MVP. Everyone's like, oh, you just got it because Tatum played really bad. No, didn't really deserve it. No one really deserved it on that team.
It's almost like the Warriors when they gave it to Iguodala.
Yeah.
That was kind of actually.
Iguodala held LeBron to 36, 8, and 8, so he deserved it.
I'll never understand that. I mean, I get that Curry didn't do good, but Iguodala.
I want to look up stats from that.
While you look that up, I'll go over the Toronto Raptors and that they're shockingly. They are fourth in the East. Did we see this coming? And what do you think to expect from this team in this season and beyond? I did not see this coming. What are you looking?
The points leader for Game 4 of the 2015 finals. Just take a guess. Just take a guess who it is.
Timofey Mozgov.
Yeah. How'd you know?
Wild guess.
He had 28 points that game.
I remember his Subway sponsorship.
I just want to say LeBron fanboy moment here. LeBron went 44, 39, 40. It doesn't show me what he had. Hold on. I don't know what it is for game 4, but for games 1 through 3, he had 44, 39, 40, and then games 5 through 6, 40 and 32, including 18 rebounds in game 6. 16 rebounds game 2, and 14 rebounds in game 5. I've just never looked at the stats like that. I'm sorry.
We're talking about
LeBron here.
And then the Raptors. LeBronto. But this year, there's no LeBron in the East to take them down.
Mm-hmm.
So they're fourth. I don't think we can safely say most, if not all people, kind of counted them out this year from a contender in the East standpoint. I think a lot of people had them lower down, not really expecting much. I think at most, a lot of people were expecting Scotty Barnes breakout, things of that sort. Just improvements all around, a better team, but nowhere near like the top of the East. And right now they're sitting at 4, above your Cleveland Cavaliers and the 76ers, who I think going into the season, both teams had high expectations, but you get what you get.
Yeah.
And now the Toronto Raptors are ahead of you. Not to the detriment of them. I'm not saying they're bad. They're a very solid team. They're a team I've always shown praise for because I think they are an extremely deep team that people overlook a lot of the time. Because you go through the people on this team, and it's pretty crazy. Here I'm looking at from points. You have Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, Sandro Mamu Kalashvili.
Whoa.
I had to
Great pronunciation there. We're live on air and you can't pronounce it, guys.
No. I mean, all right.
I'm just joking.
Colin Murray Boyles, Jamal Shed, and then you kind of drop off from there, but it's still very solid. I mean, it's just an extremely deep team. I'm obviously shocked that they're fourth.
They've drafted very well in recent years.
Mm-hmm. Now that they're here, they're not out of place. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like at the start of the year, I obviously wouldn't have thought that they would be here, but I'm not like scratching my head being like, they're going to drop out eventually, right? I mean, I see them making the playoffs. I don't know if they make it far into the playoffs, but I'm not shocked now where we are at.
Yeah, I mean, they've just played very, very good basketball. It was a team where everyone thought, as this roster is being constructed at like the end of last year around the trade deadline and into the offseason, we're like, what are these guys doing? Like, you're going to pair up Quickly and Grady and Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram, like all these guys together, RJ Barrett, like pretty similar play styles here. Differences, but similar players. You're just gonna run this lineup out and just see what happens, and they did, and it works. It's you play them, and it's like wow, like they kind of have a bunch of just guys. It's like it's like that age-old question is like, what team would be better? Like a team with like 2 really good players and the rest of bad players, or a team with just like a bunch of just solid players, And that's what the Raptors are, a team with just a bunch of solid players. They don't have a superstar, but they've got guys.
Yeah.
They've got guys.
I think their biggest problem at the moment is size. I'm looking at like their centers.
Pirtle's hurt right now.
Yeah, he is their only 7-footer that would consistently make it into the center lineup. The others are...
Mamu's a big guy, though.
He's, I think, 6'9".
He is, yes.
6'9", 240. Yeah, I mean, he's a big guy. And then you have...
For a backup center, he gets 5 rebounds a game. It's... Scotty Barnes plays bigger than he is. He's 6'8". He plays like he's 6'10".
I mean, you have Colin Murray Boyles, who's been really good this year. He's only 6'7", playing at the
How tall?
Center. All right, buddy. Get out.
You need to leave.
He's been a really good rookie this year, though, and that's pretty much all I have for the Raptors. After that, though, we're getting into the team right after them, the dark world of the Cleveland Cavaliers, the team I pay the most attention to, the 5th seed in the East, whatever the conference is that they play in, or not conference, division is. I don't care about divisions. Divisions don't matter.
There's nothing, no meaning to them.
Anyway. The Cavs have apparently shut down all trade offers that have come their way. With that being said, from a fan's point of view, what changes would you like to see made?
You got to get some perimeter defense.
It's wild that we're saying that and DeAndre Hunter's on the team, but it's true.
But is he a premier? You don't even need premier.
The peak.
The idea of DeAndre Hunter is a lot better than the product of DeAndre Hunter.
Last year was I don't know if he was peak then, but that's what you want out of him. And then this year, he's just been a shell of himself.
Mm-hmm.
On defense, he's been,
traffic
nothing short
cone.
Of awful.
Traffic cone.
There's a lot of plays. Me and Miles have been sending a lot of things back and forth to each other. I send it to him. It's the what does he even do? And it's just DeAndre Hunter. Because multiple times on defense, you'll see he's the only one on like a 3-on-1 fast break. And it's not like, I'm not expecting you to jump up and contest the guy. Just be there.
Yeah, just be a body on him. That's what you need to do.
You don't need to jump up and try and completely send it.
Yeah, and foul or something. But if you want
to just stand there with your hands up, he backs up. He's like, I don't want any part of this.
Even just hug him to the point where just make him earn the points. You know, you don't need a bad foul. It's just he is exactly what you said, a shell of himself, a shell of a player he was last year, even before the trade deadline. It's sad to see.
Mm-hmm.
I think taking him out of the starting lineup is the right idea. But we need perimeter defense. We have the worst. I think it's the worst perimeter defense. I know we're allowing the best 3-point shot percentage. I would assume that kind of goes hand in hand, but we got to do something about that. I don't know who we trade for.
The problem I have with trades is I'm so attached to a lot of people on this team.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of have to set that aside. And even when I set that aside, I still have problems because when you have Darius Garland at his peak, he's someone you're not going to trade. When you have Mobley at his peak, he's not someone you're going to trade, especially with how young he is.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into that. And then with Donovan Mitchell, you're obviously not trading him. So that just leaves Jared Allen, who has come back to being consistent, but he's still, I feel, the most fit to being traded, even though I don't want to see him gone. It's just some change needs to be made because this team clearly isn't where they're supposed to be.
There's clearly something wrong.
Yeah, they came into the season, obviously everyone knew that
they were probably the widely considered first seed.
Yeah, it was them and I think the Knicks. Both of those teams have been somewhat disappointing in their own rights. The Cavs, I would say, much more than the Knicks. Although the Knicks only have one more win than the Cavs. And the Raptors have one more win than the Knicks, but they're below them. Whatever that is. I don't know. But
it's the win percentage.
It's very frustrating from a Cavs fan standpoint of view. Because earlier in the season, I was watching and I'm like, no, they're gonna pick it back up.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. And I still think they will figure it out.
I had the delusion in my head that they were still a contender for the longest time this season.
They're not a contender. I think that they'll start to get a rhythm towards the end.
That's the thing. This season,
small chance of a run.
Yeah, this season, I eventually just kind of accepted that they aren't going to be a contender. I don't like saying can't because in sports anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very, very low chance that the Cavs do anything in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They maybe make it to the second round, and that's about the highest I see. I don't see them making it into the finals because you're not beating any of the top teams.
And you get a really unfortunate first round matchup. You get the Sixers or maybe the Magic move up. I don't see the Heat moving up. Maybe Toronto drops or something. It's how it works. You're a middle seed, you get an unfortunate matchup. Maybe they win that and they use that as motivation. Maybe it was really having an easy Heat team as in the first round last year that affected them? I don't think so, but maybe. You never know.
It's just very, like, I mean, I can't say it enough. It's frustrating as a fan. This season, you can, I've made the comparison all year long. I'm a Browns fan, and I can watch them, and I know they're bad. So I go into games, and I'm like, well, they're probably going to lose.
I'm just like, I go into games, and I'm like, you know what? I'll see Myles Garrett get a sack today.
Yeah.
And that's what I need.
I'll see something fun happen, and I'll make that my expectation.
I'll see Shador make spin out of the pocket and make a great throw, and then throw like an egregious interception the next play. And I'm like, you know what? That was fun to watch. I see potential here.
But then when you're watching the Cavs, you're like, there isn't that. Like
it's at the point where we're up by like 20 in the first half. I'm like, how do we blow this? How is this going to end? Because I know we're not keeping this lead.
They managed to do something worse and worse every game they play, and it's kind of amazing. Like the game yesterday that happened, they were playing the Charlotte Hornets, and they put up a very low-scoring game. I think it was 94-87, if I'm recalling off the top of my head. And both teams shot awful from three, but the Cavs shot 20% from three. And it was like 8 of 40. I mean, that's just really bad. And that's been a thing with this Cavs team all year. When their shots aren't landing, they've been really bad. And they just got lucky that LaMelo Ball went 1 of 15.
They just got lucky that the Hornets shot 17% from three.
Yeah, no, like you can't rely on it. You're winning games because the other team played worse. You didn't play better, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I shouldn't come out of a game feeling bad that we won.
Yeah. And I think a worse thing is too, at halftime, the score was, I gotta pull it up here, sorry.
I swear the Hornets were in like 30s.
It was 56-32 at the end of the half.
And I didn't expect that lead to stay, but that's like insane. You're like,
and then Charlotte's just in it until, the last, minute there.
I mean, just absolutely insane from a team that we had such high expectations of. We can get into Evan Mobley and the thoughts that you've had on him.
Yeah, we can just go right into it.
I have here that I think so you've changed your opinion on Evan Mobley and would like to consider trades for him.
Yes, I consider trades. I don't think he should be
completely untouchable.
Yeah.
I think there's, I'm not sure if I don't want to speak for you, but I would assume that you mean like a very few trades.
Oh yeah, 100%. Very few.
You're like, I don't know, you're
this is like
of the world. You're considering those trades.
Obviously I'm considering a trade for Giannis. Very few realities where that would happen. Obviously you'd have to give up more than just Evan Mobley for Giannis, but a trade for Evan Mobley would be like that Rudy Gobert trade from a few years ago. Probably more. I'm not sure the finances of everything, but you would need 5 first-round picks at least from a team and probably a couple players, and you ship out like Evan Mobley and Lonzo Ball or something. I just want Lonzo Ball off the team. It can be... But do we just want to get in the pros and cons that we have written?
Pros and cons here, which I think it's interesting. So I want to list just now off the top of my head the pros and cons of the Cavs team this year that we can immediately think of, and it's very hard to think of pros. I think the pro that immediately comes to mind is that the depth that we've had in our bench that's kind of been hidden when they play. It's been really good. Just good looks from them. You have Jalen Tyson, who's a most improved player candidate. Yeah. You have Naquan Tomlin, who's stepped up a lot from what you expected of him, which wasn't a lot. I mean, he's a really, I don't want to say nobody, but I mean, he was someone who last year didn't play. I don't know if he played.
Probably had like 0.7 minutes a game last year.
Non-garbage time minutes. I'm not sure how much he played.
Probably none.
Who else has? Craig Porter Jr. has been really good.
Yeah,
when he's playing, but then you go into your depth as well, and then there's some really bad stains there. You have Lonzo Ball, who's been awful.
It's Lonzo Ball and Larry Nance. So that's the glaring picture there that have just been outright terrible.
You have DeAndre Hunter, who hasn't been awful,
Yeah, it's not like he's a terrible player. It's just
nowhere near where you want him to be. I don't feel, for a person who's supposed to be 3-and-D, he's been really bad from 3 this year. I'm not sure the exact number of what he's shooting, but it's not good. And as we were saying earlier, he's pretty much become a traffic cone on defense where it feels like it's very easy to blow by him.
So let me ask you this, would Karis LeVert and George Niang and 3 second-round picks and 2 pick swaps or whatever, is that better than having DeAndre Hunter right now?
I don't think so. I mean, I think
because that was a trade.
I don't think George Niang would obviously he's injured, so I would assume that he would still be injured on this team.
So yeah, just for assumption's sake.
So then you're stuck with Karis LeVert instead of DeAndre Hunter, which I feel like overall is just kind of a worse player. I don't think that's controversial to say.
Yeah, he's buried on the Pistons bench right now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think your picks are really going to be that great. So I still think you won the trade. It's just where it was like an overwhelming win of like last year. You were like, oh, well, that was like the greatest trade of all time. Not really, but I mean, I'm sure someone was saying that.
Oh, there's one great trade all time for one team that happened last year.
Oh, yeah. But then now this year, you're like, yeah, now the fact that we're considering should this trade have even happened shows how much of a descent he's had this year. My laptop just died on me. Cringe.
You can plug
I have my phone. It's fine.
Okay.
But I just wanted to mention that.
Playing
That's why
games.
I'm closing my...
Playing games on your phone.
No, I'm staring at DeWapre stats. 3 All-Star votes for him.
All three from
NBA.
Mitch Kobe.
No, he had a NBA All-Star, or NBA people voting him All-Star. 3 people.
Nice.
What a wondrous day.
How about that? There you go, Duop.
What were we saying? Pros and cons.
Yeah.
Cons, they've shot off Lee from 3. That's
cons, they take way too many threes.
I've never seen a team stick to something for so long that they're just really bad at.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of times you kind of see something's just not working, and you might let it run for a long time, and it should just eventually you're kind of like, oh, well, stinks that we let it run for that long, but at least we're changing it now.
Mm-hmm.
We are halfway and more into the season, and they're still sticking by the same way they were playing when they came into the season, and it's so really bad to watch when it's not working. And it doesn't work a lot of the time.
Most of the time, it does not work.
I mean, what other positive? Another negative is injuries. This team's just been extremely injured this year.
Once we get someone back, they just get re-injured. Sam Merrill, Garland.
I want Garland to just sit out until he feels like better at this point.
It was his other toe that got hurt,
Yeah,
though.
I mean, I just want him to be like...
He's just so unlucky. Like, the whole jaw thing, and he gets poked in the eye like every other game.
It's not even injury. I don't, it does fit injury prone, but I don't even want to call him injury prone,
You just can't. Because he comes back and he still plays at a high level. It's just these freak accidents almost.
Yeah.
He's just unlucky.
I think those were all the pros and cons I had this year for the Cavs at the moment that I was thinking of. We didn't have that written down or anything. I just thought about going over that. But now, time for our pros and cons of Evan Mobley. Do you want to just go through pros and then cons, or one pro, one con?
We can do one pro, one con.
All right, so I wrote most of the pros.
We are in agreement of most of them, though. I added a couple there just because he made the doc this week or this episode.
So for pros, I have, first of all, he's the defensive player of the year. He's consistently one of the best, if not the best, defensive shot presence in the league. I mean, I don't like pulling up super advanced metrics that one person knows what they mean. But I mean, all those ones that you have the super weird whatever.
Yeah.
The thing with stats is people will make up their own, and it's just eventually some just kind of mean nothing to me. But there is this app I use called I don't know, Data Baller.
Data Baller.
Yeah, they have their own defensive metric thing. But on a lot of the stats, so it's how many shots is he the closest defender nearby? How many shots is he the second defender nearby? It gives you percentages of those. He's top, 15 for a lot of them, but he's top 15 in so many defensive stats that puts him 1 in their like database
Yeah.
for whatever it is. But he's just a great defender, and nobody's gonna write him off for that. I mean, I saw someone in the comment section be like, "Oh, actually, he's really not a good defender."
No,
Tell me
don't think about it too much. He's a great defender. Top 5 in the league.
Yeah,
that's being generous. You could argument for top 3,
and he's only getting better. I mean, this year,
yeah, he's averaging the most blocks in his career. He's still great.
It was funny because last year I was on the train that Dyson Daniels should have won the DPOY over him, and then this year he just gotten even better. Like I feel like last year when I was watching, I felt like I didn't see a lot from him. You know, I feel like, I mean, obviously you get the thing of he's a defensive like threat and you don't want to shoot on him, so you're going to get less stats showing that way. But like this year, there's been so many times where he's had like 4 blocks and it's not even like the end of the first half. And he's just kind of like, it's insane. I mean, like there's been so many games where he's just defensively dominant this year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my first pro. The second con, if you want to go over that. Did you have a con, or did you want me to go over it?
You can go over the con that you have written down.
So Evan Mobley, I feel, although he is young, has pretty much reached his peak.
Mm-hmm. It's anything that he gets better will be so marginal that, you know, it does. Like he's averaging he's averaging 1.9 blocks this year. Next year he averages 2 blocks. Big whoop. Like, you know, it's better. Yeah, it adds up in the long run, but you know, it's so marginal that,
like, how I would put it is he's going to get better at the things he's already good at, you know? Like, he's reached his ceiling for, like, the fact that, like, me and Shawn both agree that we don't think he's going to be, I at least think that he's not really going to get much better offensively from where he is right now.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think so. That's my main reasoning on why I think he should be traded is, at least with the scheme that the Cavs are going, where they want him to be this number 2 guy. It's either you change the scheme or he needs to go. Because if you want him to be this number 2 guy, then I don't think it's going to work out. So it's either you got to change the identity of this team, or you find a big, because the NBA is so big dominant this year.
Yeah, I mean,
or in just recent memory.
It's been a thing, like, a lot of complaints, or a lot of like people have pointed out that the Cavs are running small 1-2. Both of them are 6'3", and that's just like, there's been very few success stories with that in the past, where you have normally your point guard. I mean, obviously your point guard can range from super short to short in NBA standards, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But normally your shooting guard is around like
6'5".
Yeah, 6'5", 6'8".
Yeah,
somewhere around there, and then both of these guys are 6'3", and both of them they like having the ball.
And that's what lost them to the Indiana series last year. Is Indiana had very tall, very big guards, and we weren't able to defend them. They drove in at will. You know, Mobley's sitting there in the paint. I mean, he can only do so much, and then they killed us outside.
I mean, the thing that works so well with this team is that last year, the thing that worked really well with it was that you could have smaller guards, and as long as they were fine enough on perimeter defense, the interior defense was covered by your bigs.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year, it just doesn't really feel like that's the case. Because although Evan Mobley's been super dominant, I feel like that's kind of on like big defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's really not been like...
It's like... You can only be so good as a big on the perimeter.
I'm not asking him to defend. I mean, I think he can defend 1 through 5, but obviously you
not making him. You know, it's not ideal.
Every single shot, you don't have to be there. You know, and it's just he can't be there. So I don't even know what I was. Yes, the next pro though, I feel he's being forced into a position that he will never thrive in.
Yeah, kind of something that we just talked about.
Which is the second option. I think Mobley would thrive as a third option, who you don't need to depend on for points, but he can score if needed, similar to a Jaren Jackson Jr., which is funny because Jaren Jackson Jr. is pretty much in the same position that Evan Mobley is in, where Desmond Bane's gone, so now he's the second option.
Mm-hmm.
and it's different because the Grizzlies didn't have this like expectation set on them.
They also don't have Donovan Mitchell as your number one.
Yeah, you have John Morant, who's been injured a lot this year, and trades and all that stuff. But I don't know. It's funny because you even compare their stats, and Jaren Jackson Jr. offensively is better in quite a few areas over Evan Mobley this year. And I just, like, off the top of my head, you asked me who's the better offensive player, I'd immediately say Evan Mobley, but stats say otherwise.
You would say Evan Mobley is a better offensive player?
Yeah, Jaren Jackson, like, he's fine. I think interior, he is much better than Evan Mobley. But on the three, he's like, you're not asking him to shoot threes. You don't want him to shoot. I mean, he's fine enough at shooting threes, but like, I mean, obviously, he's not really a stretch.
I mean, he's 35%.
I mean, yeah, how many does he attempt, though? Like a game?
Actually, almost 37% this year. It's 1.7 to 4.6. Lower than last year.
Yeah. I mean, on his highest shooting 4, that's probably what Evan Mobley averages, like 4 or something a game. I don't know. So
it is a worse year offensively for him this year. But he was 22 a game the past 2 years.
They're very different from play style. Like, Evan Mobley plays a lot more stretch than Jaren Jackson does. And Jaren Jackson is a lot more, I mean, obviously that makes him an inside guy. But I feel they're comparable in the sense of, like, they're, like, not the biggest guy. Jaren Jackson height-wise, Evan Mobley, like, weight-wise.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they're somewhat comparable. So that's what I like to compare them on. But I would much rather the Cavs, I mean, obviously in an ideal world, your top 2 options are Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. And then anybody else can be that third option. And I feel like Evan Mobley would thrive there when you don't need to rely on him for scoring, when it doesn't even seem like he's comfortable scoring a lot of the time.
You know, I'm just thinking about it. Like, would you accept if Jaren Jackson Jr. was in that trade package for Mobley? Maybe. I mean, that's all.
Would I
don't want to say almost one of one trade. It definitely.
I feel like Mobley is more valuable at the moment than Jaren Jackson Jr. But they're both, like, they're extremely similar. Like, both DPOIs.
I just think that Jaren Jackson Jr. has an offensive upside, and I think he fits a little bit better.
I feel like the thing is, though,
because you don't need a stretch 4, I guess, on the Cavs. I don't think you do.
I don't know. They're just so similar.
I would make that trade.
I don't think I would, especially with the fact that there's the potential of Evan Mobley getting better.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I would make that trade.
And then the next con we have here is that he's not a strength-based player and never will be.
No.
Obviously, you take one look at Evan Mobley, you know that guy is not a big guy. I don't know how big guy, you know, the thing, big guy SpongeBob, you know,
oh my
as
gosh.
they would say.
That song is so bad.
Can we get that on the radio?
No, please. No one call that in.
Yeah, no one. Or maybe, I don't know.
Maybe you do. Maybe you love it.
Anyway.
Then keep listening, please. Don't make me. Never. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
He is not I'm not going to say he's not a strong guy. Because he's a strong guy, not NBA standards, though. NBA standards, he is a twig.
No, he's not. He's...
And that's just the reality of it.
And, yeah.
Being a 4 or 5 and you can't, consistently score without some sort of, finesse to your shot is really rough.
Mm-hmm.
You barely ever see a shot where Evan Mobley's just kind of like, oh, let me put this over you. You know, there's always a hook shot. There's always a fadeaway, which is the next con that I think we can just get into right here, which is that his shot selection is really bad at times. Random hooks and inefficient fadeaways. His percentage is 35% from 3 to 10 feet and 29% from 16 to the 3-point line. 28% of his shot attempts come from 3. No real offensive identity. He's an abysmal free throw shooter.
I added that.
He shoots a lot more threes than I would like him to, because that just means you're not going to be there for the rebound. One less big, and you're not going to, unless you have Craig Porter Jr. out there, your guards aren't rebounding that. I think that's the only time I would like prefer Evan Mobley to shoot threes, but obviously Craig Porter Jr. doesn't play enough for you to be like,
Yeah,
you're going to be out here now, you know?
mm-hmm.
But what I mean by offensive identity is I feel like he really like, I can't say what he thrives at offensively because I don't really think he thrives at much, which like stinks to say, but like it just is what it is.
He's at 3.7 attempts per game right now, just so you know.
Yeah. So
which is less than Jaren Jackson Jr.
It's funny because percentage wise, I have for him, like, so I think from 3 to 10 feet, Jaren Jackson was at like 50%, which I mean, obviously you can get a lot more heavy towards that like 3 feet side, but I can't like, I don't know, I'm not going to go foot by foot.
Yeah. You're not going shot by shot, clip by clip here.
But you would assume that, I mean, obviously his fadeaways, they're not coming from much further than.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's that people may think it was like, oh, like 7 feet. That's not much of a difference, but it's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So it just may mean that JJJ's shot selection is just that much better than Mobley's. You know, maybe if we see the second half of the year, Mobley clean up his shot selection, he shoots upwards of 50% in that last half. Maybe that's what the problem is and not just his shot. So it's just, maybe it is that offensive talent is there. It's just the shot selection is maybe the worst thing. That definitely could be a possibility too.
I think the shot selection has just been the biggest thing for me this year with him. I think a lot of people had it like an expectation for him to make a massive jump, which I just didn't think was realistic. And he's been really solid this year. It's just he didn't make enough of a jump for a lot of people to be happy with how he's done, you know? And the shot selection is just one of the gripes I had. That was one of the cons that I instantly knew writing this that I was going to put down. And then the last pro we had here was that he has the ability to be great offensively, as you can see his last year, and he's clutch in the few moments that he has had a shot.
Yeah, you kind of can't sugarcoat that. Last year, he had just a really, really solid year. He took the leap, at least the first step of the leap that everyone wanted. He went from almost 16 points a game to almost 19. 9 boards, 3 assists, obviously defensive player of the year. But I mean, offensively, he started shooting more threes. He went from just 1 a game to 3 a game, still shot 37%. Highest free throw percentage of his career last year. Just shot career numbers all around on record low minutes too, by the way. So that's what you want. That's what you wanted to see from him taking a step. And I don't have the clutch moments on me, but he gets very few clutch opportunities.
When you have Donovan Mitchell on your team, a lot of them are.
He had the game-winning dunk like last week. He's just shot well in the fourth quarter. And defensively, he's very clutch too. Despite
me saying how much I don't like his shot selection, I do really think that like the shots he takes that like he's inefficient at are the shots that like you would want him taking and making. It's just he's super inefficient at the shots. Like I would love to see him develop a fadeaway. It's just the fact that he shoots like 30% around there is really bad. When you have so many.
It's
other
frustrating
shot
to watch. That's the best way to put it.
It's not like, oh, we developed a play. Time's running out. I need to chuck this. It's like so you go up the court, pass it to him, and then he's like, oh, let me post up for like 2 seconds and I'll fade away. And there's like 14 seconds left on the shot clock.
That or pass it out into like almost the forecourt, and it's just rough to watch.
I wish he was better as a like post playmaker, because I feel that would ease some of the pressure off of him offensively. Because I feel like a lot of the times when he has it in the post, he's not really going to go up with it. Or well, he is going to go up with it. He's not really going to pass it. And you kind of know that as a defender,
Yeah, and what he needs is better footwork.
Yeah.
Too. He's not going to be able, we said before, he's not going to be able to overpower you. So what do you need to do to get open? You need better footwork. You need to be able to get inside. That's what Jared Allen does so well. That's why Jared Allen has better numbers scoring inside. That's why Jared Allen, he gets his reverse dunks and stuff, and he's still kind of a force inside there. That's what he needs, because he doesn't. Then he won't just have to settle for these 3 to 10 foot hooks and fadeaways and stuff. He can, maybe floaters or be able to get inside for the layup. Right? He's long enough to dunk it from probably a couple feet out. Mm-hmm. That's what you would like to see. He can definitely work on that in the offseason. He needs to call up Hakeem. He needs to do what LeBron did. Get his footwork right. That's what he needs.
Go do the Wemby retreat.
The Wemby retreat. He needs to go to the Tibetan monks.
I was gonna say go bald, but he's already pretty
no, he has to go bald now.
Get a crisp waves.
When is LeBron going bald?
Are we not considering what he's at right now, bald? Dude, I love the clip of him where he has the hairbrush and he's brushing his hair.
He's brushing his brains.
Yeah, I love that clip. And then the last con we have here, which you put here, not an aggressive rebounder, 8.7 per game, but lowest since his rookie season. Mm-hmm. He's passing more, 4.1 assists per game, but he's also turning the ball over more, 2.2 assists per game. Or is that 2.2 assists to turnover? Is that what that is?
I meant turnovers a game. I just put assists.
Turnovers a game. Maybe tied with so many guards hurt for the Cavs.
Yeah, it's obviously guards hurt. So he's just passing the ball more. I would think that, I don't know, like if you disagree, say like
I'm a guy who's very, I wouldn't say I'm traditional in the sense that I want the big in the paint, but like
unless you're Jokic or Embiid or something.
I think it really suffers when your backups really, everyone is short on the Cavs. Mm-hmm. And I feel like when you don't have two bigs, obviously your chances go down drastically of getting a rebound. But when you're already a bad rebounding team, what's the point of putting one guy in there? When you're really you're not favored to get the rebound really ever,
Yeah.
It's gotten better over the season, though. The Cavs have
gotten
really,
better.
Really awful rebounding at the start of the season.
I think Dean Wade has been a big piece there, too, with the rebounding.
It's funny because early on in the season, I had my gripes with saying that he was awful at rebounding. And he was.
He was.
He heard the critics and, fixed it.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot better.
He's back to being that guy where I'm, glad that he kind of feels like empty minutes when needed. Where, he's not, a detriment to the team anymore. Mm-hmm. Where I feel like at the start of the season, I was like, please stop playing him,
Yeah.
That's our Evan Mobley.
Yeah, so I'm hearing out trades. I'm hearing them out. If you get, especially if a bad team, I don't know, if Memphis calls up and says, here's Jaren Jackson Jr. and a first round pick swap or a first round pick and then a first round pick swap or something like that for Evan Mobley, I think I'm taking that.
Not me.
That's all right.
But to each our own.
We finally disagree on something. We've talked about it before. We haven't blown up on YouTube or TikTok. That we don't even post on TikTok, but we haven't blown up because we agree on too much. There's no animosity between us. But now
that disagreement was so civil though. We don't have the I hate you take. Obviously
we're not performative for the camera.
I'm going to say we will never probably have that blow up I don't see it why you don't see it. We have the occasional
we're just I don't see it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Only when we're hooping. We'll record a hooping.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. So you can see how great we are.
Exactly.
The guys that talk about basketball really can ball. You know what I'm saying? Two guys who
I'm gonna have the game of my life. I'm gonna have the game of my life. Anyone listening live, come down to the Rec on Tuesdays.
The lights were brighter than expected.
Watch the WZIP sports department ball out.
That's how I expected. The lights are brighter than expected. From my point.
We'll get Ty or Juan to record. We'll do it one day and we'll upload it.
And then
I'm sure we could.
We're still on the standings. I kind of placed that in there because it was with the Cavs to the West.
And we're just going over what's been happening.
Yeah. The Thunder remain the dominant force of the NBA and hold a firm spot as the best team in the West and the NBA as a whole. We've pretty much sung all of our praises and hatred towards this team at this point. We've sung that this team really just seems unstoppable and that we don't like foul baiting, blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
It's all been said. You've heard it all. I don't really think there's much more to say there. The West is a lot more interesting than the East. Teams 2 through 7 are really like close to each other. I don't have it pulled up right here, but do you have the standings pulled up?
Yeah, give me one sec.
Mhm.
The West, right?
Yeah. 2 through 7. I mean, Spurs.
Yeah, 2
are the
through
top.
7 is 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, 30 games. The Spurs are at 2, and then you go to 7 with the Timberwolves there at 27. If you even want to add the Warriors in here, which I mean,
No.
25.
Yeah.
it's a
no.
five game difference from 8 to 2. Really close race here for
Yeah.
any seed here. I mean, just super interesting over the very boring East at the moment.
I know everyone always talks about them, but how are the Lakers here? It is like, how are they sitting at 5? They have a negative point differential. It's just, I don't know how they do it.
Luka.
I guess so, but it's just so, I don't know.
And then we have that the Clippers are 7-3 in their last 10 games. I think that's still right. Yep, 7-3 in their last 10.
Mm-hmm.
With the entire NBA watching to see how they do, because OKC owns their pick to next year. How do we feel about this?
We know how we feel about this. Everyone should feel like this is like when the Dodgers is what like the Dodgers are doing right now, where they just are accumulating wealth at a rapid pace that no one can stop.
It's awful because it's like I don't want to cheer for the Clippers. I don't know what it is. I just really don't like them.
I'm like I don't know. I'm impartial to the Clippers. I don't really care. I like Kawhi. I like Harden finally on like a good situation where he's happy. I think he's happy. No one knows what's going on with him.
He likes being the first option.
Yeah, I like Zubac. I don't know. Like, I like the guys that they have over there. I think the tree story was hilarious with Kawhi getting.
And it all just went to nothing.
Yeah, not like nothing happened. I like Steve Ballmer.
Yeah.
I like him. I think that creating a really good fan experience, especially in somewhere like LA, is that's very applaudable. You know, people have their gripes and opinions about billionaires, but he gave something to the fans. It's cheap. I think the tickets are expensive, but that's just because it's LA. I don't know.
I'm a big
but they got cheap concessions there. Like very interactive with the fans. People go there and they seem to love it. I think the wall is really cool.
I'm a big fan. I mean, I don't think anyone's really not, but I'm a big fan advocate. I love when crowds are like rambunctious, just being loud. Like college atmospheres are like my favorite. Like watching college football games where it's like the craziest. Like I feel it like when you're watching like the college football playoffs just happened, and when you're watching that game, you're like, if I'm Mendoza, I'm like, even if it's my own fans cheering, I'm still like nervous.
Yeah.
Where I feel like in the NBA, you rarely get that. You get bursts of high energy, where in college football, it's consistent and it's just it makes the watching experience so much more enjoyable.
I think it's the coolest thing. Like I love fan atmospheres. Like you see a great game, and I think that's kind of what separates historic games. Whoa,
I don't know if the mics picked that up, but something just like
yeah, we just got like a thud.
Oh, they're still thudding.
Oh my!
There's not even a floor up.
It's going down. Yeah, it came from like up top, but we're at the highest floor.
Late, bro.
Santa Claus came late. Fan atmosphere. I mean, that's what sets like. You have like great games that happen, like high score and back and forth games. But when the crowd is into it, like I think back to Tennessee versus Alabama from a couple years ago, where Tennessee walks it off on the field goal, fireworks come up, the crowd storms the field. It was, I think it was like the striped crowd. It was like the orange and white. Such a cool moment. They take the crossbars down and they carry it to the river. That's just what separates like historically great games and to other games. Like you think back, to Roracle, the Warriors and Oracle Arena. Like I have nightmares watching those games. You do too, I'm sure. Like those finals, it's words that I can't describe. I can't say.
it creates, if you were watching the 2016 NBA Finals on mute, it wouldn't hit nearly the same.
Yeah.
Hearing like every single, I mean, the announcers add to it, obviously. But like, I think announcers a lot of time feed off the environment.
And I think the best call, at least in modern history, is Mike Breen's, like with Curry against OKC, the double bang, like bang, bang. It was Curry way downtown, bang, bang.
And then Oracle's just like roaring.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing hits harder than like a good like crowd pop. Something.
It's the emotion of it. That's what it is. Like that's the best announcer calls are the ones with emotion. The best sports moments are the one with emotion. Like you think back, Miracle on Ice. You know, I think everyone in that state because it was at Madison Square Garden. You know, it was in America, and college kids walk off against the greatest hockey team ever assembled or something like that, or biggest underdog story ever. Height of the Cold War and stuff. All the emotion flowing in there, and that's what the fans create. Like when you hear the announcers having to yell on the broadcast almost to get their voices across, it's the best. That's why sports is like so powerful because there's so much emotion running through.
I feel like that's what gets me like not emotional in like a sad sense. I'm not crying over.
Yeah, it's just
excited. Like
the sense of everyone being there.
I get like I'll watch some things like I watch a lot of like WWE and stuff, and they're big on like, oh, someone returns, the crowd goes crazy. Sometimes you'll watch something and it's in like any sport. It just gives you like goosebumps. Like I get goosebumps super easily, but like you're watching like someone who's been, I don't know, like Kevin Love comes back to Cleveland and he gets a massive like standing ovation, and that just makes me makes me happy, makes me smile.
You think back to like Sunday, like the Bears versus Rams game when Caleb had that back foot jump shot pass into the back of the end zone. Like I stood up and audibly like was like, whoa. Like and they point to the fans, like fans are like crying and stuff. And
then you have the opposite of that in the same exact game where they hit the game, the Bears, it was the Rams.
The Rams hit the game winner and
field
just
goal,
silence.
You could like literally there were multiple clips of it where it's just completely silent. You could hear probably like one person talking from across the arena. And no one was, I mean, obviously you just lost the playoffs, but it's like no noise whatsoever. Anyway, goes to say I love the Clippers environment, but I don't really like the Clippers team for some reason. I'm not sure why though. Yeah, that was all we had.
Not a ton to say about the West. I mean, Jokic is out for a little bit. Denver's still doing good. Rockets are doing pretty much as expected, I'd say. Maybe a little bit underperforming, if very slightly, very, very slightly. They just had a rough start. They're bad away. That's one thing. They're not a good away team. They're 11-12 in away games. Just very interesting.
And then we'll get into news here, which the biggest news over our hiatus, our break. The Atlanta Hawks traded for Trae Young. The Atlanta Hawks traded Trae Young to the Washington Wizards for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. That's right. No picks. That was literally the only conditions of this trade. I mean, we've had time to brew on it. I still think it's an awful trade, but to each their own. You want to salary dump Trae Young, who was your franchise player at one point or another, who is one of the best in Hawks history. Probably like top 10. I don't know. I'm not going through that in my head.
I would say top 10. It's top 7 range in there.
And then you traded for CJ McCollum, who is already being hated on because he's just kind of taking random shots and whatnot, not being great. And then you have Corey Kispert, who really isn't anything, I guess. Like, I don't know. He's a good 3-point threat.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Not a good trade.
But yeah, no picks. Like, you see trades in the past, like Desmond Bane, Rudy Gobert, Deshaun Watson. Sorry. but you just see those trades and it's, 5 first-round picks and players and pick swaps and stuff. And then, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Luka trade ruined the trade market or something. I don't know. It's just, I would be disappointed as a Hawks fan because that they could have gotten more than just 2 guys. I don't know any Hawks fans personally, but from what I've heard, it is a lot of disappointment. But it's
kind of odd because I feel like your playoff chances really didn't increase
Mm-hmm.
or decrease. I feel like obviously they're higher with Trae Young, but I didn't feel like anybody really was like, oh, they're going to go far this year. Like the expectation was there at the start of the year, but
Mhm.
it's obviously drastically changed. And I mean, Jalen Johnson has had a little bit of a rough stretch following Trae Young leaving.
But it's not like Trae Young had an impact
no,
because he
I
was
think
hurt.
The biggest thing with that is he's adjusting to being the number one player,
Yeah.
where I feel like they were kind of going off like, I haven't watched a lot of Hawks games, but I would assume that they were going off of a lot of just kind of keeping the same playbook they were running. They really didn't change it to like center on Jalen Johnson, where now you're number one, buddy. like you still
Get
know,
used to it.
Yeah, get used to it. I also have here, after spending 7 years with the Hawks organization, they decided to move him for financial reasons. With this move, the Hawks are already looking towards to next year, where they have 2 first-round picks, one of them which will almost definitely be in the top 5, as it is owned by the Pelicans. Trae Young will be out through the All-Star break. I mean, there's things to look forward for the Hawks. It's just really rough, you know?
Yeah, it is.
It's like, it's the same thing I have with the Cavs, where I don't want to move on from any of the guys, because I've almost like, all of these guys have been here long enough where I don't want to see them go. And Trae Young has been the Hawks for 7 years I put there. 7 years.
Yeah.
He's been with the Hawks. You drafted him. You've seen him. I mean, you didn't
He's
draft him.
made like all NBA teams. I'm pretty sure.
He had that legendary moment against the Knicks where he's
you got you to the Eastern Conference Finals.
It's like the sports fans' heartbreak. And a lot of Hawks fans are going through their first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Atlanta really doesn't have much going for them. So it just kind of stinks, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The All-Star starters have been announced. For the East, it is Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, Cade Cunningham, and Jalen Brunson. For the West, it's Stephen Curry, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, and Victor Wembanyama. Something interesting I had, just literally seeing all that. The West is like 4 non-American players.
Yeah.
You have Luka, Shai.
It's only Curry.
Yeah.
That's American.
I mean, that's been a common theme. Like, what is it? The past 7 MVPs have been not American.
Because it's Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, Jokic, Shea, or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, these are the most exciting players to watch in the league. I'm not like...
Yeah, it's great talent.
Mm-hmm. That was just something I had to note. Other things to note from the All-Star perspective is that LeBron, for the first time in 21 years, is not an All-Star starter. Besides that, do we think anyone else was snubbed? Or not anyone else. I don't think LeBron was snubbed. I think it's
his time. He's getting old.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the big one, as Cavs fans, is Donovan Mitchell. Who do you put him above, though? That's the question.
I was like, oh, Donovan Mitchell's not here? And then you look at everyone else, and I'm like...
I think the argument is Brunson.
Yeah.
Just obviously Brunson's on the better team, but he's averaging less points, less rebounds, and he has 0.4 more assists as a point guard. I think that's kind of the guy that would maybe get pushed out. Maxey's having such a great season. I don't think you could. Same thing with Jaylen Brown.
I think Jaylen Brown, Cade Cunningham, and
I'm not mad.
Maxey. I'm not mad. I don't think any Cavs deserve to be starters, unfortunately. I mean, over these guys, I think Donovan Mitchell is playing like an all-star starter. But unfortunately, when you have people who are playing better and their teams are doing better, you're just not going to make it. That's just how it works, So I don't really think there were any snubs. I'm not
I think I would have put Mitchell over Brunson. Is my thing.
Yeah, I think the snubs are kind of interchangeable. It's not like, I don't know. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell will most likely make the All-Star. I'd be super shocked if he didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know, Duop Reith, maybe.
Duop Reith is definitely making it.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be a snub. I mean, why isn't he on here?
Yeah, why is
one of the greatest players of our generation?
Who's this Victor Wembanyama guy?
Exactly. I don't know.
Why is he in the
Reith.
place of Duop Reith?
Crazy. Trade deadline. February 5th.
Coming up.
Every year we see players' names and rumors, but who will actually be moved before the deadline? I don't think this is going to be an active trade deadline.
No, it's not.
every year you have multiple names and rumors, and you're always, ooh, where's this person gonna go? And then nothing happens. And then this year, I especially feel like nothing will happen because all these players' names, besides like a few, and it's not even like the all-star talent, just like a few of these names have been rumored. I'm like, yeah, maybe. So first we have Ja Morant, and the Memphis Grizzlies are entertaining offers for Ja Morant.
It's been rumored for a while now.
Yeah. Do we see Ja being moved before the trade deadline? If so, where? I also put here that Ja Morant came out and said he would not like to be traded.
I think they'll move on from him. I don't know where. I don't know what team would be a good fit. I really don't know. I think
the one I've seen most is Miami.
that's what I was thinking that too. I don't know if they'd make that trade.
I think him under the coaching of Coach Spoelstra would be interesting because he's a very like, I don't know, what would you say, like
independent,
a very strict coach feel you kind of get.
Oh, I was saying Ja Morant is very independent.
Yeah, but like I feel like you wouldn't be able to get away with as much with him. Where you kind of with the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they don't care about sitting players for whatever reason, missing meetings or something, or they don't care how good you are. It's the heat culture as they call it. I don't know.
I don't like. There's not many places I would like to see him moved because I feel
maybe like the Bulls.
I don't even know if I would like that.
I wouldn't like it. He doomed to Portland or Utah or something. I don't think Portland. I shouldn't say doomed to Portland. They're actually having a nice year.
It's very, I don't know, iffy, I guess. Especially with him coming out saying he wouldn't like to be traded. Like,
yeah,
I feel it's kind of weird because you really haven't done enough this year and the previous to say like, hey, don't trade me. Like
to dictate
it'd be something different.
What
if, like,
should be done.
Like Tyler Hero, he could come out and say, hey, you don't trade me. And I feel like you'd get a little bit of emotion there. But not
you
like,
get respect, they'd respect and be like, all right,
yeah,
let's figure something out here.
Because you played enough, you've shown enough, and while it might not be like the greatest thing, it is what it is. But Ja Morant has done neither of those things. He hasn't played much, and when he has played, it's not the greatest thing. So, I mean, they're gonna keep hearing him, and maybe we'll see him moved. The next person here who I think will almost definitely be moved is Michael Porter Jr. Everything I've heard about him is pretty much just saying that he will like most definitely be moved. And it's just something where like I kind of have to believe it. So everything I wrote down here, obviously he was acquired over the summer in a trade for Cam Johnson from the Nuggets. That was the swap. Cam Johnson on the Nets. MPJ.
Where everyone's like, wow, it's like the most one-of-one trade in history. Yeah.
And then, he's in his best season of his career. He looks to be on his way to his first All-Star appearance. I think he should be an All-Star. I mean, I know he's on the Nets, and the Nets are not good. But, like, the stats speak for themselves. I think he's a super...
I think it's 27 points a game. I can look at it real quick.
Because I'm still stuck on my phone because my laptop croaked.
25 points a game. But still, I mean...
25, 7 rebounds, 3 assists.
That's all-star numbers.
For a guy whose motto is never swing the rock, 3 assists ain't bad.
He's like
second or... No,
he's fourth on the team.
Yeah.
Fourth on the team in assists per game.
He used to be number 1, but they...
Do you know who's first? Oh, my... No.
His first...
first is
Claxton.
Nick Claxton.
I was just scrolling through and I was like...
center.
They can't...
That's so... Oh, my... Goodness gracious.
And then...
Good golly.
So what I have here as well is it would be in the best interest of the Nets to trade him soon, as this is the highest value he has ever been. The Nets have 2 options. Number 1, you keep him and he puts up empty numbers as you aren't winning games, and if you are, that doesn't help you as you aren't likely making the playoffs. Obviously, it just keeps hurting your draft stock, which that's what you're going for. You're going for the best draft, I don't know, what is it?
Position, chances,
best draft position.
Percentage.
And then number 2, you trade him while his value's high. You get another young talent or draft capital to build towards the future. You pretty much I feel like if you keep him, you're just kind of like, there's a very slight chance you win. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers here. A very minuscule games over expected. Obviously, he's an all-star caliber player, but he's not gonna elevate your team to a playoff seed.
Yeah.
If you're if you're going to get 20 wins this year, he'll help you get 25, something like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't even have a place for him in mind. I think the best thing for them to do would just be trade for draft capital. So trade him to like, I don't know, let's say the Wizards are like, we're going in. That'd be a super weird fit with him.
What a lineup there.
Trae Young and Michael Porter Jr. Probably one of the worst defensive. They would be one of the worst defensive teams we've ever seen.
Trae Young, Michael Porter Jr., Alex Sarr. Alex Sarr, Alex Sarr.
He might win DPOY with that if all that defense is going around.
And then what? You fill it in with like Bub Carrington.
I don't know, Trey Johnson.
Bilal Coulibaly. Yeah, Trey Johnson. You throw Chris Middleton in there or something.
I don't even know where I'd like to see him moved. I think the one I saw was like, I saw Thunder, which I just don't see how that works.
What like Hartenstein? They probably give up.
Yeah, I just
that's
don't
what you'd have to do.
I don't see
maybe the
working.
Bucks.
I do think the Bucks would be interesting getting him there because you're not really a great.
I think he'd complement Giannis pretty well.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting because everyone's focused on the Bucks getting like a guard.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I don't know. They're not focused on getting a center. They have Miles Turner, who really hasn't been great, but I mean.
Yeah, he could. I mean, yeah, you put him. I forgot about Miles Turner, but you put him in.
He's been very forgettable this season.
Yeah, with after his off-season antics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you trade him to the Lakers and just go full offense for the Lakers?
It'd be interesting.
Just full. It's going in.
I think I've seen some too for the Warriors. With the next player on this list.
It's always the Warrior. It's always Warriors, Lakers, always them.
I think with the Warriors, though, we'll go into our next player here, Jonathan Kuminga. Obviously.
One more team that would probably be interesting would be Spurs. You get another high-level scorer, and then you already have a pretty good defensive team there.
You have things to give up as well.
Mm-hmm. You have a lot of capital and good young talent.
You'd probably be willing to give up your first-round pick. You're not going to have high draft position. And you could give up like 2 of your good, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like your, I don't know, Jeremy Sohans or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly who would go for, but it'd be interesting.
Anyways.
But I think the most likely option, now that I think about it, would be to the Warriors for Jonathan Kuminga.
Mr. Minga himself.
Who has been in multiple trade rumors over the years. Just constantly, I mean, this year he's demanded a trade.
Yeah.
And Mike Dunleavy came out with a hard quote of when you make a demand, there needs to be a demand, which is the funniest thing.
I didn't see that.
Because, it's true.
It is true. Who wants Jonathan Kuminga?
No, he was in free agency over the summer, and he thinks, the thing is, it's like, I don't know if it's come directly from him, but I've constantly heard that he wants to be the number 1 guy on a team. And you're not that guy. It's like that guy, like the Target or whatever. You're not that guy, pal.
Trust me, you're not that guy.
He's not. You'll never be that guy. You haven't shown that you can be that guy. I'm getting heated here.
Get heated. Go ahead.
He's delusional.
Get heated. Do it.
There's people who can be delusional. You can be a Ja Morant and be delusional because we've seen you do well,
He's 12'6", 2.5 on
he's only,
not great shooting.
The thing is, he's gotten a lot of DNPs this year because obviously the Warriors want to trade him. You can't trade an injured guy. I think the thing that's hurt the most is when he's played, he really hasn't looked good.
He's played 19 games this year. He's 32% from 3, supposed to be able to shoot 44% from the field. I mean, he's just having a really bad year. He's playing more minutes a game than his career averages. I mean, what? He's got... it's just not great. He's not great defensively. He can't score. He's gonna get buried on the bench somewhere else.
I think the thing with him is it's just so I would like to have him on my team, I think he's a super interesting player, but the thing is, he's just way too high on himself. If he was accepting, I can be the 6th man. I think he'd thrive in a 6th man role, but that's not what he wants.
No.
I think if he was like, all right, I want to be the next, or I don't know, I want to be DeAndre Hunter, I feel like that could be something he could do. But he's not
is he willing to? No.
It's not even that you have to set your standards low. It's just being delusional and then letting that control you. Being like, oh, well, I'm going to be the number 1 option, even though I've never been that guy. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, just delusional. I do feel a trade for Michael Porter Jr. could work with him. I just don't know what you'd throw in that trade with him. I mean, I don't know. Pods has been thrown around a lot.
Trace Jackson Davis or something.
You could throw. I'm sure they'd put a few picks in there. Whatever.
And finally, AD. Mr.
Street clothes.
Day-to-day Davis.
Day 2 Davis. He said that he would prefer to stay in Dallas.
I mean, you can get something from him. Some team's going to give up more than they should.
I have this number is wrong, but he's only played. He's only played 29 games out of a possible
73.
Yeah, that was the thing I had from like 1 week ago. So I'm sure he's played one more game and probably missed more games.
Anyway, the idea is he's played less than half the games he's been in Dallas for.
Obviously, the massive deal with him and Luka, a very controversial deal.
I've never heard about that deal. What was that?
And most of all, he's currently out for at least 6 weeks with a hand injury that was thought to have needed surgery on it, and then luckily it came out that he did not need surgery and that it will just be reevaluated in 6 weeks.
I wonder if the plan all along was to trade him, and because it was initially reported that he'll need surgery, and then they're like, we're thinking about trading him. Let's say that it's not going to need surgery, boost his draft stock a little bit, and then he gets a new team. Maybe the doctor is just, he doesn't need surgery or something. I don't know. Like, he probably wouldn't pass the physical, but maybe that's the idea that they're thinking, maybe trying to boost his draft stock a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe he actually does need surgery. I don't know. Purely speculation, but
the biggest trade destination I've seen for him is the Chicago Bulls, because I'm pretty sure he's from Chicago. So that's just like, I don't know. It's one of those trades that I really don't like. It doesn't change anything in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
AD moves to Chicago, and I feel Chicago gets a little better, but I don't even know if you want that from a Chicago standpoint.
Yeah.
AD, like, if you move him to Chicago, he's supposed to be your number one guy, but he's not there half the time,
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I feel like Chicago is in a constant, like, they're in that constant
loop of mid
play-in area. And with AD, you don't help yourself because then your draft spot gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
And AD's only getting older and missing more games.
He's like a floor raiser at this point.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know why you'd want him as I don't think Chicago Bulls fans want him necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't know. That's his most likely destination I've seen. And that's all the trades we have and everything
That's all
we have for today.
That is all we have for today.
So hopefully we'll be back in 2 weeks, but who knows? With this Ohio weather, it can get pretty crazy.
It's pretty treacherous right now. Please, if you're listening live on air, please stay safe, guys. We care about you. Stay warm.
Salt some driveway. No, stay inside.
Stay inside.
Don't salt your driveways before it gets snow. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's how it works.
No, that's how it works. You put salt out before.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
You put the salt out beforehand.
But if there's a shortage, let the trucks get it. So so ambulances can get on the roadways.
But if you are salting your driveway, you could be listening to this right now.
I saw a comment from someone that she's like due to have her baby sometime in the next week, and she like lives right in the middle of like the really bad part. I'm like, ooh.
I just go there now.
And that's what people are saying is like, just go there now. Spend the extra like $1 million to have a room.
Just get a hotel like right next door.
That's she has a hospital that does that. That's actually such a good idea.
Genius.
Imagine like walking outside, you're pregnant. It's like, oh wow, I'm having the baby now, and there's like a foot of snow on the ground. It's a blizzard. It's like, can the ambulance come get me? Where are you? Hotel next to the hospital. I'm sorry.
Bet.
Thank you guys for listening. It has been Quarter by Quarter.
I've been Mitch Kobe.
And I've been Sean Wick.
Thank you for listening. Check out, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Check us out on YouTube, Spotify,
Apple Podcasts,
everything, all in between. Go to SBT.
If you're on air, come listen to, or come subscribe. You know what I'm saying?
And we hope you enjoy this next song.
Yeah, this one right here. Unless it doesn't play.
Unless it doesn't play.
Whoa.
All right. See you guys later.